Yo, 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 what is going on, everybody? Welcome to the Max and Juan cast. I'm your host, Juan. Max, my co-host. How you doing tonight, my brother?
One, I'm good. I have to say, you have fucking cojones, my man. You are wearing a fucking jersey, a Jonathan Abram jersey.
I
Leave,
still rap, dog.
yeah, Jonathan Abram jersey. Can't believe you bought one. That's crazy.
Shut up. It's not Abram. It's not Abram.
It's a Marshawn Lynch jersey repurposed.
Oh
Oh
man.
man, I'm
What's going
sorry.
on, everybody, though? As look, it's gonna it's tough, man. It's a tough year. Okay. But welcome to the channel. Welcome to the show. Hope you guys are having a great night, great morning. Good morning. We're not even live today, Max. That's how bad it's been. But it's been so bad that I didn't even switch our background. That's just how like unenthusiastic I am about the show, man. Go ahead. There you go. Weekly recap. Welcome to the weekly recap.
You're like going, well, oh, here we go, but like you're in control of it. So you're
I know.
patting
I
yourself.
know.
Or you're what are you doing?
I'm telling people to subscribe to the channel, all right? Because this is going to be a good show. Subscribe to the channel, like the video, comment down below any hate you got for the Raiders because they deserve it. Any praise you got for the Eagles because the weak ass Eagles are undefeated with Max's team, but he never reps them. You guys wouldn't even know he's an Eagle fan because he doesn't even rep your
Guys, you see
squad,
what
dog.
happens when you rep your team too hard. He's sitting next to me on this fucking video one. Look, I usually don't take the reins, but if you want, I'll take the reins this show because
I
sad Raider
got
fan
it.
one
I
is in
got
effect.
it. I got it.
Crying emoji face one. What game do you want to start with? I mean, look, it was a tough weekend for one in the pick'ems. I got 2 games on him. He got one on me. So the lead just gets larger.
You
So
know what? Let's go a little bit different, man.
let's go.
Besides going through every game, I mean, let's just talk about some stuff that like interests you, bro. Like what things that you saw,
So
like
Jacksonville really interested me today. One, um,
all
I
right,
thought
fine, motherfucker.
they
I'm
came
trying to
out
run away.
flat. They came out flat. No, on a serious note, I actually would like to talk about 2 of the rookie quarterbacks from last year. We kind of mentioned them last week on the Pick'em show, where we were talking about storylines, and I think it's appropriate to talk about Trevor Lawrence and Justin Fields. And I'll let you pick which one we talk about first.
Uh, I think we should start off with Justin Fields, not just because I want to avoid the Raiders, but just because he was fucking amazing today.
I mean, I
Uh,
just feel like we got to give him his kudos. I think it's
he's the
enough's
best
enough.
quarterback. Yeah, I think he's the best. I think what I saw today, bro, that's special. I mean, he had the most yards for a quarterback rushing today. 178 yards rushing and a touchdown, a 65 yarder for a touchdown at that. And look, I don't want to take away from what the Dolphins did. I think they're a really dangerous team. We'll get into that after we talk about Fields, but I think the Chicago found something, man, and it's crazy how drastically things can change in the NFL. And it's hard, even with us doing a weekly show, the narrative changes every single week. Things change, and it's hard not to underreact or overreact to certain things. And in the beginning of the season, Max, I mean, it wasn't a fucking secret. Justin Fields and the Bears simply could not pass the ball. Like
But
they
you show
couldn't
the
move the
stats
ball.
and they have 123 yards, but if you watch this game, there was some
Yes.
timely throws. There was some high level throws by Justin Fields, especially to Darnell Mooney. A couple nice ones to Cole Kmet. But what amazes me, one, in let's just play both sides, right? So you have Tua surrounded by weapon after weapon. And at the wedding, I got accosted by my cousin who's a Dolphins fan. He was like, "You need to pump the brakes and stop saying mean shit about Tua."
You
He left.
do. You do. You do.
Yeah, I mean, whatever. He played good. He played really well. But I just want to
Very
compare
well.
the two. So you have Tua just surrounded by weapons, creative offensive mind. Because some of the plays were like excellent, fake handoff to the right, Tyreek going left. It's just beautiful offense. And then you have the Bears, and it's like this is going to be painful to watch at times. Justin Fields is going to have no fucking protection. He's going to make 4 guys miss. do you ever like get surprised he's not exhausted? Like, how is he still like doing it in the fourth quarter where he's running all over the place? Like, he had 178 rushing yards. One, how many
Yeah.
yards do you think he had running behind the line of scrimmage today? Like another 150?
Yeah.
He's tough. The toughness is there. And this is what I really like about Justin Fields because let's imagine when there's some pieces. Chase Claypool looked pretty good today. Mooney's solid. Komet's okay, but the O line's not there. The running backs don't scare you. We like Herbert here, Montgomery's whatevers. But when this guy does, like he's doing it with nobody. He's like a one man band. So what's he gonna look like when he gets some pieces around him? That's the thing amazing to me
Yeah.
because that's my big thing about Tua. Like right now, it looks great because the pieces are great. Last year
Yeah.
and the couple years before, it was kind of like, we're not really looking that great. But granted, the talent wasn't there. So what's it gonna look like for Justin Fields in 2 years when he gets the talent around him? Because right now, he's the franchise building block. He's that guy.
And you gotta you gotta compliment the Bears at a certain point where I know that it hasn't came to fruition yet with the whole Chase Claypool thing, but this is a team that just traded their leading tackler on defense, and they wound up basically swapping it out for Chase Claypool because they spent the second round pick on what they got
Yeah,
back
for
from Roquan
what they
Smith,
got for
basically.
Roquan, they just
Yeah,
turned around and made Claypool.
exactly, and then I know that it wasn't necessarily like they gave the Steelers the Ravens pick; they gave their own pick, but you get what I'm saying. But I've always been a big fan of Justin Fields, and it goes back to when he played in Ohio State, and he was playing uh Bama when he was playing Bama and or was it Clemson? I'm forgetting what it was in the college football
Oh,
playoffs.
he played both. He played both, and he just
Right.
always was just full of grit, was full of, "Hey, let's
That
make the
yeah,
off schedule
he
play."
got he got messed up. He got beat up in those games and he
Yeah,
just
no, I
kept
think it
on
was
getting
Clemson
right
where he
back up.
fucked up his ribs, right? That's what you're talking
Yes.
about?
Yeah.
This is what I love about Justin Fields, one. When he's doing the off the schedule stuff, I'm like, "Oh, this is gonna go great." Like, I feel like this is where he shines. Where certain guys like Jimmy G and I would still lump 2 in here, I'm not trying to hate on him. I get a little scared when I'm like, "Oh, shit, you're scrambling. Oh, crap, you're throwing the ball." Because man, if you look at the Dolphin side of the things, one, they were guys running open all effing game. There was a point where they could have put the Bears away and Tua missed a gimme throw, which I'm really shocked he missed because he was dotting it up today.
Mhm.
But this kind of says a little bit to me about Miami, and it kind of leaves me a little worried that like you've got let Chicago put up 32 points.
Yeah.
Like Bradley Chubb was like exhausted. He's like, "Fuck Justin Fields, bro. I can't catch him." So it's a little worrisome to me if you're a Miami fan and you look at this defensive performance because Chicago's offense isn't anything to write home about. But I think they figured out a little identity starting with the Patriots game.
And they could have won this game. I mean, going
They,
into the actual game, they should have called the penalty. Chase Claypool got held. That was
yeah,
pass
100%.
interference.
Yeah, that was pass interference. And you can make the case, oh, that was pass interference on Gabe Davis. But sometimes the calls don't go their way. The Bears, I thought, played an excellent freaking game. And Justin Fields was the best quarterback on the field. I don't care what the stats said. I don't care he threw for 123 yards. What
Yeah.
he had to deal with, Tua was just dropping back for the most part, just throwing to open people, and Justin Fields was the opposite one. It was gritty, it was tight windows, high level throws, and if you told me he was gonna have this type of game week 1, I'd be like, "You're crazy,"
Yeah.
but he
Well,
did it.
you look back at that class, Max, and I'm pretty sure I have a tweet about it on our account. Like I tweeted out, I think the Bears are gonna regret this going forward. I mean, the Bears, excuse me, the Broncos. Broncos passing up on Justin Fields at the time
Well, you said
because they,
everybody. You said my Eagles
yeah,
too. I just wanna
everybody.
remind you.
Yeah, I honestly think the Eagles too. I think, look, I love Jalen Hurts. You guys seen the video of Jalen Hurts, but I think there's levels to this. And this guy as an athlete is on a different level than any other quarterback we have seen in a long time. This is Lamar Jackson. This is Michael Vick type of stuff that we're
Cam
seeing.
Newton too. Cam Newton,
Cam
he's
Newton, yeah, throwing Cam Newton in there. Josh Allen, like these are elite special athletes at the quarterback position. And that's something that's very, very hard to find. And I know like the Broncos and the Cowboys and the Eagles, like they love their picks. Michael Parsons, Devontae Smith, and Patrick Surtain. Dogs. You know what I mean? Great players. But that quarterback position, man, it's something that a lot of teams can't really figure out. And going back to Tua, and I want to tie this up because someone can easily argue this against me. Because if you look at this year, Max, it seems like if your name's not Patrick Mahomes or Josh Allen, it seems like anyone can like beat you at any time. And it's looking so weird in the NFL these days. Like, and I'm saying Josh Allen, but he fucking lost today to Zach Wilson, who barely had any of a great stat line. You know,
I just
Tua,
think
like,
we're at that point where it's not just about the quarterback anymore. You know
yeah,
what I mean?
yeah.
Yeah, they make a big difference. Yeah, Patrick Mahomes makes magic. Josh Allen, they're going to give you chances to win when you surely shouldn't have a chance. But I mean, I don't know, man. I don't know. I say that and I'm thinking
It's
about it's like the
weird.
Bears have a shittier team, but Justin Fields was like, hold on, just hop on, we'll carry you. But I just feel like the NFL is weird right now. It's such a quarterback driven league, and there's not many guys having, I would say, amazing years. Was that crazy to say?
No, it's not. And maybe it's just like guys who are playing out of their minds. Like you see a Geno Smith beat out a Kyler Murray. And it's like last year, if you would have told me that, I would have been like, you're fucking insane. Like Kyler Murray is on a
I
whole
think the
different level.
gap between a let's take Mahomes and Allen out of it, right? Let's just put them in their own class. That next
Right.
class down, the gap between them and the next class is like interchangeable. It's like, oh, Geno Smith can be a top 5 quarterback this week. Dak Prescott can be a bottom 5. Kirk Cousins can be elite. It's just they all have so much talent now. I really don't. I really don't look at a lot of teams and I say, wow, their quarterback gives them no chance of winning. Like, who's a team you could look at and say that? Maybe the Lions. That's Jared Goff. But then again, they got it done today.
They got it done today against
They
Aaron
got it done.
Rodgers.
And let's be real, the Packers shot themselves in the foot more than the Lions beat them. That's a
Yeah.
true statement. But I mean, I'm just thinking about it. One, the Jets are a team we always consider like, oh, the quarterback hell. But let's be real, Jacoby Brissett gives you a chance to freaking win.
PJ Walker gets you a chance to win. And
Not
I
to,
know they got
not
blown out
today,
today.
not
Not
today,
this
but
week.
he's
I
given them
know.
a chance the last few weeks to win.
Yeah. Marcus Mariota. Like Taylor Heineke. You
Derek
know, the
Carr, not
numerous.
really, but it doesn't seem like it works.
Let's go ahead and get into that. All right. I'm not running away from it. So the Raiders lose today, man. This game, man. 20-27, Jaguars. As you can see, Carr went 21 of 36, 259 yards, 2 touchdowns. Devontae Adams, 10 catches for 146 yards and 2 touchdowns. Travis Etienne. I mean, it's officially Etienne season. I'm loving Etienne, bro. 28 carries, 109 yards, 2 touchdowns. And Trevor Lawrence, 235 for a tub. And I want to give the praise to the Jazz because they deserve it. Jaguars just stuck around, bro. They stuck around. And going into this game, they were both similar, the Raiders and the Jags. There were two teams that have lost a lot of close games and simply did not know how to close out. You know, the Jags were down 17 points to start off this game, and they didn't blink an eye. They kept with their offense, their defense made adjustments, and they had a gritty ass win. And shout out to Trevor Lawrence. He didn't make the mistake. It seemed like week after week he had one of those dumb interceptions in the red zone or on a crucial drive, tip ball, whatever. Kudos to him, man, because he got it done this week. Simply.
I felt like he played one of the best games of the season. One, he didn't have that moment, like you said, where I'm just gonna piss the game away. And I felt like he didn't miss a lot of the easy throws. I thought he made some high level throws. Guys, this score, like the score of the game was 20-10 at halftime. Raiders were up. They didn't score. It was a offensive, like just they slowed down after halftime. Devontae Adams, I want to say won probably at what, like 30 of the 130 of those yards before halftime.
He had one catch, Max, in the second half. One catch.
And ETN, exposed you guys. You guys were getting. I thought Jacksonville's front kind of kicked your guys' ass the second half.
Up and down. They
Trayvon
domination.
Walker was good. Josh Allen was good.
Yeah.
Dwayne Smoot, I think he popped Roy Robert Harrison, who I really like. I'm just kind of disappointed in the Raiders. Like, I feel like that's the theme for the season. I love what I see from ETN, even though he still gives me fumble like concerns. I still don't like that about him. But when he gets on the edge, when he glides, he just glides. He's more powerful than you think.
Yeah.
Raiders, man, this season's over. You guys can just start looking forward to next year. Do you think everyone comes back?
Most definitely not. Right now, the whole excuse right now is for the coaching staff's sake, they don't have their guys. But we all
As long
knew
as they keep it
this
competitive, they're coming back because as long as you're not getting blown out, lose the
this
locker
is
room.
I
I just
think
want to say
this is
one thing I hate
unacceptable,
to
man.
see. I like seeing Max Crosby drop back on 3rd down and 8. I'm like, maybe you can rush the one fucking guy you have. Do you agree
Only
or
guy making
disagree?
plays. I agree. I completely agree. But I think Patrick Graham is just trying so many things because
There's a lack of talent. Chandler Jones
there
is a
is.
scrub.
Oh my god, fucking terrible. He is nowhere to be found. And the Raiders have gave up a 17-point lead 3 times this year. Once against the Cardinals, once against the Chiefs, and today against the Jags. In the Raiders' history, Max, they have given up a 17-point lead 5 times. Josh McDaniels already has 3. That is fucking embarrassing.
Excuse me. Yeah,
And
that's pretty bad because you guys aren't bad. Like, let me rephrase. You guys aren't a bad team in the sense where it's like you guys show up, get your ass kicked for 3 quarters, make a late push. You guys are up in games, and it just doesn't seem to stick.
how shocked would you be, Max, if Josh McDaniels is fired in the morning?
I'd be shocked. I would be genuinely shocked because I think the Raiders' problem at the end of the day is talent. Whether that's the O line, whether that's any receiver not named Devontae Adams, that's a Waller not being there the whole fucking year again, and anyone
Bust.
on defense not named Max Crosby. That's what the problem.
Waller and Renfro, the guy who dropped the pass this game
Renfro's
on
taking a
4th
step
down.
back, man. I'm willing to trade him in
Bust.
fantasy.
Bust. Complete bust from Waller and Renfro, bro.
Yeah,
Um, look, the blame goes all the way around. I know we're both big Carr supporters, but you have to look at Carr, you have to look at McDaniels. It's everybody. Everyone has to be held accountable for these losses. And
but that's why I
all
don't think you can fire McDaniels. I don't think he's the sole culprit. Like, to me, and I think this is an amazing segue, so I'm gonna pat myself on the back. Brandon Staley deserves to be fired fucking more than than McDaniels does. They're 5-3, and god dang, he just does stupid shit. And the Chargers, I don't know if they're cursed, because guys, I don't know if you got to the game, but if you did, you're another play I'm talking about. One, if you want to throw up the stats real quick, because I'm going to describe this play. It's 3rd and goal. There's like 3rd and 10. They're just trying to fucking take a knee so they can kick it. Eckler runs the ball, fumbles. You guys can see the stats right there. I'm not going to read them off. Eckler fumbles one. That's the only thing you can't do. They have no timeouts. Grady Jarrett rumbling, bumbling, stumbling down the fucking sideline. Drops the ball. Drops it. They pick the ball back up at the 50, and now there's like 25 seconds left. They have one timeout. They need to
no
get like
booth review. It wasn't a fumble.
it wasn't a fumble, but it was. It goes all the way back. Justin Herbert delivers a fucking dime to Joshua Palmer. They kick it. They win by 3. Chargers. You get down 10 points. Like, they go on a 14-0 run. Cordero Patterson destroys Drew Tranquil.
Tranquil at the goal
Like,
line.
at the goal line. Like, first of all, isn't that not a flag?
No.
I'm saying, isn't that a flag on Cordero if that's the rule now?
I think that's like I want to say he was slightly outside the tackle box though, because I think
What the
outside
fuck?
the
Why does it matter if you're outside the tackle box if you leave with the
no
crown and the helmet?
No, that's a rule. If you're outside the tackle box, you can do that.
No, I'm
If
saying why is that a rule? Why is outside the tackle box like, okay, now we can?
oh, I know that's
I'm
the
just saying
NFL for you.
what's like, oh, they looked up the study that fucking cornerbacks are getting decapitated because
I think because from a running back sake, when you're running a fucking fullback dive or halfback dive right up the middle, it's like what we can't lean our head forward. So that's why.
yeah, old T leaned his head forward into this fucker's chest. But the Chargers are so lucky they have Justin fucking Herbert because he makes it work with Josh Palmer. I hate Gerald Everett because he's good for one crucial drop a game. But this Charger team's 5-3, and they're not that good. The Atlanta should have
look,
beat them.
look, man.
And I'm a Charger supporter. You know that. And I'm saying they're not
Yeah,
that good.
I'm giving everyone credit except for Brandon Staley. I think that was a gutsy win for the Chargers. Bravo to you guys, man. It's hard to win games in this league. And they were on the road. They were backs against the wall. You know, the Falcons came out and they punched them in the mouth. The the Chargers are down so many guys. They're down Mike Williams, Keenan Allen, JC Jackson, Joey Bosa.
Rashawn
I mean,
Slater.
Slater, like they're down so many guys, and that was a gutsy win of getting it done. Just straight up, just get it done. Leave Atlanta with a win, and that's all you can ask for in the NFL is a fucking win, bro. No matter how it looks, no matter how ugly it gets, as long as you get the win, that's all that matters, man. And you got to give kudos to them, man. Coming off a bye week, it was a crucial win. Shout out to the Chargers, man. You guys fucked me in the picks. Um, but great win, dude. Great win. Uh, I have a lot of criticism for you guys going forward because of your coach. But if you got the alien at quarterback in Justin Herbert, I mean, anything is fucking possible.
Anything is possible. One, you know what I can't believe is possible and is happening. I can't believe these Green Bay Packers won. I am blown away by the shit level they have reached. One.
Yeah, unbelievable. If you would have told me that Rodgers was only going to score 9 points against the Detroit Lions, I would have laughed. A lot of these stat lines, bro. Here's the stats on the screen, Max. But Aaron Jones winds up getting hurt in this game.
I'm good for my fantasy team, and I fucking needed that to happen. But the Bears decided that they were like, we're done being the worst defense in football. We're gonna pick Aaron Rodgers off 3 times.
I mean, talking
He
about injuries with receivers, they lost Watson and Dobbs at
when
times
don't
today.
they lose Watson?
It's
Every other
true.
week. But I think Rodgers right now has the LeBron thing won. And you know what? I'm gonna say, should I say it for the Laker corner or should I say it now?
You can do the parallel. Go ahead.
I, I'm gonna go with it. Rodgers, I think, is doing the LeBron thing. Well, what does LeBron do one when the team's done? He fucking knows it. What does he do?
Puts his head down.
Checks out.
Fucking,
He's just
he
like,
checks
all right,
out. Yeah.
that's cool. And I think Rodgers is on the cusp. They're 3-6. They're done.
Yeah.
They're fucking done.
And I find it I find it so funny, Max, that
Cowboys,
after
Titans, Eagles, they're fucking done.
yeah, and don't you notice so many reports came out today about the Green Bay Packers? Like, okay, for instance, they try to give up a first rounder for DJ Moore, and they were trying to get Darren Waller from the Raiders. But
Why? Like, why would they think they're gonna get Waller? Like, you waste all your time getting Waller. It's like, oh yeah, you want to trade one of your best offensive players
well,
for a team that
the only reason why it didn't happen, Max, is because the Raiders didn't want to pay the guaranteed money that they owed Waller. So the
yeah.
Packers were like, no, fuck that. We don't want to pay the guy, which I don't blame them. But I find it funny that a lot of those reports were coming out. And
Well, after they got crucified for a whole fucking week about not doing
yeah,
anything.
exactly. So I find it funny that those kind of stuff came out. But yeah, dude, the Packers are just not good. They're not. Their defense was supposed to be a lot better than everyone expected. They're not a number one like overall defense, not even close. And their offense is fucking putrid.
Abysmal. It's
Yeah,
abysmal.
it's
Huh.
it's terrible. It's I don't know why they don't just like scrap everything and just make it a lot more simple for Rodgers. I feel like they run shit that, like, if they still have Devontae Adams, I don't get it.
Well, the one thing about Adams, and I always say this, that no one's ever like, "Oh shit, it's Devontae Adams. We got to treat him like Tyreek Hill." But they don't double anybody. They're just like, "Oh, we'll just live on a fucking island against everybody," and that just shuts off the run game. It's hard to run the ball. They tried to get creative with this pass of Bakhtiari, and Hutchinson was like, "Psych, f that."
No,
This team, they need something. They just need an infusion of talent on offense. And are they going to be the team that pays to get it? Because they're in cap hell. Rodgers took $50 million. He could have taken 20. There was no reason. One, he didn't have to do it. Jair Alexander, who I really like, he just does puzzling shit. I think he's kind of
yeah.
fed up too. I think this is going to be. I think it's going to get a little worse for the Packers when I don't see a brighter side of things.
Look, I think they're at the top of the list when you talk about teams who had a horrible offseason and just the trade-offs that they had. Number one, you lose Devontae Adams. I think that's obvious. Like, that hurt them. Number two, cutting Zadarius Smith. I think that was one of the most boneheaded moves of the offseason, like super under the radar.
Well, I think they just
Zadarius
wanted to
Smith
do
is
it to pay Jair. But again, it comes back to Rodgers, and I hate. You know how much I like Rodgers, and you know how much I hate. Don't like to play the blame game. If you wanted a good team, don't take $50 million, bro.
exactly. Exactly. I mean, you kind of dug your grave here.
Dude, this team was Darius, Rashawn, Preston, Kenny Clark. Oh my, that's scary to me. And I
Yeah.
mean, Devontae Wyatt has been absolutely nothing for them.
Mm,
Quay Walker is average, and by no means are they going to be bust. They could turn it around next year, but the kind of guys we thought they were getting, no, it hasn't been the impact we were expecting.
yeah. Yeah. It's puzzling for the Packers, man. Are they done? You think
They're
they're done?
done. Matt LaFleur is in no danger of losing his job. I think that's the wrong thing. People want to see Matt LaFleur go. He won 75% of his games. He's not no fucking
Yeah.
idiot. Stop.
It's unbelievable. I would look to trade Rodgers after this year. Honestly, I don't think their team is in a place where they can compete right now for the next 2 years. As far as like with Rodgers, like I feel like if you want to build around Rodgers right now, Max, it's gonna have to be depleting some of your young talent because if you're gonna wind up just saying, "Hey, Roger, just stay with us," like we're gonna draft guys like Christian Watson. I don't think that's Rodgers' MO. You need
They
veteran guys. He
they
doesn't have
would have
time
to
for that.
go so hard all in to compete with Rodgers. It'd be unbelievable. And I don't think they're going to do that. I don't think that's in their DNA to do.
Yeah, you look at some trade candidates for Aaron Rodgers to go to. I mean, I would have loved to seen him in Denver if Russ didn't fucking go there. Like,
I mean, I would say like the Raiders, and you're going to get rid of Carr, and it's like a marginal upgrade at best at this point of their career. So I don't really think that makes sense. I'd rather have Carr for $30 million than what Rodgers right now for 50.
yeah, and I mean,
I mean, the only way you're going
You
to
drop
compete.
Carr. Yeah, you drop Carr for that contract. That's the biggest thing is that contract so guaranteed
Yeah, the
money. It's
only
a
thing you can
terrible
do
contract.
is you gotta like, okay, we gotta go get DJ Moore. We gotta go get someone on a rookie contract. Maybe we'll kick the tires on Kenny Galladay when he gets fucking cut. We take a receiver in the first, we trade into the first and get another one. We trade somebody for a first, we go get another one. That's what you have to do.
Yeah.
And it doesn't
I
seem like
think
that's in their DNA.
I think
And
there's 4 teams out there, honestly. I think you look at the Tennessee Titans, they need a quarterback desperately, obvious from
but
tonight.
what's it gonna cost to get Rodgers? Like, is Rodgers gonna be like, oh yeah, let's go play with Tennessee? I love fucking Traylon Burks. Awesome. Westbrook's great.
Well, maybe Max, since the season that they're having, this obviously drops his stock, right?
But then again, like you're gonna trade Aaron Rodgers for a third round fucking pick, and then you pay all that dead money.
No, 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 no. Does he go for less than Russ?
Yeah,
Then I
way
think it
less.
gets done. It gets done then. I think it gets done. And I think the Packers are happy with anything. I think like the Devontae Adams deal, that what they did with the Raiders, a first and a second, I think that does it for Rodgers.
If you were Seattle and you had a chance to get Aaron Rodgers, would you go get him next year? Or do you
Man,
keep
yeah.
Geno Smith?
That's an interesting one. What about
Isn't
the
it?
Cardinals? Do you cut bait with Kyler?
I don't know. I think we gotta maybe we can go to this game. I think you gotta cut bait with Cliff. Cliff and the boys, man. I just don't know what to make of this, man. 21-31, they lose the game.
Max, we seen this coming from a mile away.
We picked
We
Seattle, and I was like,
Yeah,
I'm a
it
little
was
scared,
easy.
but Seattle's real, man.
It
Kenny
was easy
Walker's a beast.
pick'ems.
Dude, they made Seattle's defense look like the defensive front was teeing off on them, bro.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
Kyler was struggling all game, and it's just I feel bad for Kyler a little bit, but part of me still always was like that. Where's that leadership, bro? Where the fuck is it? Where is it?
Yeah, and he kinda has the Aaron
And he ran
Rodgers
for
body
4th down
language,
and just coughed up the ball for no fucking reason. That was like I was like, "Oh,
which
that's never."
he's having a fumbling problem this year, most definitely, because he had a bad fumble last week. But you have to look at Kyler and Cliff and be like, how much longer do we want to fucking deal with this? And you look at a guy like Aaron Rodgers, you look at some type of way to get out of this thing. Like, would Green Bay just take Kyler and a third round pick and call it a day? You guys have Rodgers here?
I don't know because this is the thing about trading guys like Kyler. It's not about you just lose them. It's about how they're gonna look once they're gone. It's like when the Raiders trade Randy Moss, and I'm not just trying to bring up your team to make you look bad, but that trade it looked 100% worse on why. Because Randy Moss decided to have one of the greatest receiving seasons right after, right? If he had
Yeah.
gone there and he had sucked like he had on the Raiders, he didn't really suck, but he kind of quit. Let's just say he didn't look that great, right?
Mhm.
Everyone's like, oh, it's okay. So what if we trade Kyler? And then Kyler's like, oh shit, I want to play football and I'm gonna actually study and I'm gonna have this work. I got that dog in me.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden he's just like an MVP candidate. Then you're like, why the fuck did we trade him?
That's the risk you take, but
Just Geno Smith, I would say, outplayed Kyler today. He does
Geno
enough.
Smith has been outplaying a lot of guys. Look, Geno Smith is legit, man. I think he has a certain type of confidence like that he's carrying with himself all season, and I love it. And it's kind of like that cool, calm, collected. I know where to go with the ball. I know what read to get. The pressure doesn't fucking phase me.
He threw a pick six today, which I wouldn't necessarily say was a dumb decision. It was an amazing play by Zaven Collins.
Yeah,
And he was like, that's cool. I'm not
cool.
rattled. We're
Next
gonna
play.
keep. And I was so impressed because I was like, that's the point where if he was a fake, he would have just crumbled like a deck of cards or a house of cards, whatever. He played great, man. We keep tipping our hats to Geno Smith. Hey, Seattle, you're
Look,
6-3. It's your division to
dude.
fucking lose.
Look, it's gonna come down to Frisco and Seattle. And I think game by game, the Seattle defense is getting better. They just have a bunch of contributors on this team,
They
Max,
have a
that are
game and a
just
half right now on San Francisco.
but they
I know
lost to Frisco.
they lost to Frisco, but they're 6-3. Frisco's 4-4.
Yeah.
Like you beat them, you're pretty much won it. It's your
Oh
division
yeah,
if you beat
it's
them.
gonna come down to that. It's gonna come down to that, most
And
definitely.
I mean, while we're here, you want to just hit the Rams real quick because I'm ready to we can call them done too
They're
because they're
done. Look,
garbage.
Packers, Rams, Raiders, done. Agree?
100%. Cardinals too.
Okay, yeah, we'll put a fork in the Cardinals too. Rams lose a close one, 16-13, get beat by Brady. Look, this game was fucking terrible, bro. Besides a fucking Cooper Cup touchdown, that one drive that the Rams had, it was punts galore and field goals galore
It
in this one.
was also self harm galore. It was like, oh, here's a false start. Oh, here's a stupid block in the back. Here's a drop.
Yeah.
Both these teams suck. Tampa Bay's 4-5. They're winning their division. I have no faith in them going forward, either one. They're going to probably make the playoffs and maybe be pesky, but they're a joke, dude. They are
There's
bad.
Look, when sometimes a win like this, Max, can kind of get you back on the right track. That's how you're looking at the optimistic route for Tampa Bay. But it was just a terrible way to lose today for the Rams. I mean, the Rams had control of this game. They had the ball with the Bucks only having two timeouts. and Cooper Kupp catches a screen on the right side, and he slides to keep the clock running. And honestly, right there, I felt like if he would have just fought for yards, he could have got the first down.
Yeah.
So he winds up going down. They don't get the first down,
You
and they
know,
give
I
the
get
ball back.
because the Rams defense was kicking ass all afternoon. They really didn't score. That was the only touchdown was the end of the game. They had
Yeah.
9 points on field goals. You know, this Rams team's bad. This Bucs team's bad. Like people are gonna say Brady's back. I mean, he didn't play that great, guys. And it's not his fault. It's like they can't run the ball. He's under duress. He's fucking timid. Anytime someone gets within 10 yards, oh, I don't want to get hit.
Yeah.
It's just bad. And, again, another poor showing from Allen Robinson. The Rams, Odell ain't going to fix this shit. That's all
Look,
I'm gonna
they
say.
don't have a running back, bro.
They got Cam Akers back. They got Malcolm. Is Malcolm Brown back on the squad?
I have no idea, bro. Like the Rams are they're done right now. They're done. They're done. They're the 4 players that they have: Wagner, Ramsey, Donald, and Cup. Because I wouldn't even put Stafford in this tier right now. But those 4 players are just simply not enough. They're top heavy, and the other players are getting exposed. They don't
The
have a running back.
the
They don't have a
problem
second receiver.
is, guys like Rodgers, excuse me, I would say Rodgers in this category. Rodgers, Stafford, Brady. When it's not good around them, don't be surprised when it don't look good because these aren't Mahomes, Jackson, Allens, where they're guys who are going to elevate it. Don't matter what's around me. It matters to those guys. And right now, all 3 of them don't have enough around them to really compete.
That's well said. Brady used to be one of those guys, but not right now in this
Yeah,
career.
but now he's just a washed fucking bum. He's
You're so
washed, guys. If
harsh.
this was anyone else, we'd be talking about he fucking sucks and you got divorced. We had
I'm
feel
just
bad for him.
I would say this, like I said, a win like this gets you back on track. It really does. And number 2,
They need
I
it.
would I wouldn't want to play this team in the playoffs like in the first round. Like they're just a fucking like they're a hassle, bro.
If
Like
they get
first
healthy,
round,
it can be a tough out. It can be a tough
yeah.
because
It
they
can
got
be a
the good
tough out.
French play. You said something about Brady one. I want to talk about Brady's old team, the Patriots, and there's one question I want to ask about this game. Is Frank Wright coached his last game for the Indianapolis Colts?
Possibly because it was a fucking shit fest today.
And here's the defense of him. Sam Ellinger was sacked 9 fucking times. He sucks. Why are you rolling in there with Sam Ellinger? I mean, what did you expect Bill Belichick to do to a quarterback who's really raw, who really doesn't have that much in him? And it's just like this. I get Frank Wright's had the worst quarterback luck in NFL history. But I think he lost this team. This team is just done.
They're not good. They're not good. JT's not healthy. He didn't play today. Michael
Way to
Pittman
try
was
to
nowhere
trade
to
him to
be
me.
found.
Way to try to trade him to me, asshole. Try to fucking kick me down a peg.
Hey, look, man. JT's done. Michael Pittman didn't look good. Sam Ellinger's done. Like this team is in shambles. Are we ready to throw the Colts in here? They're
Let's call him
done.
done. I like them done.
Done. So we got the Raiders on the list. We got the Rams on the list. We
Cardinals.
got Cardinals, Colts. There was another one. Packers.
Packers.
Done.
Yeah,
Done.
I like it. We could throw Carolina on the list. They're done. Baker came back. We're just waiting for Sam Darnold to get a chance at things. I think that's every quarterback, right? They have right now.
Yeah.
There were some bad games today. I mean, I would say there was really 2 or 3 really entertaining games. But other
Well,
than
you know
that,
what? Let's go to the 2 best quarterbacks in the league because I
okay.
bet you people are like, we're at the 39-minute mark and we still haven't talked about
All
this
right,
game
let's hit 'em.
fully. Buffalo Bills lose today, 17-20 to the New York Jets. New York Jets, man, they simply they came out to play. And I haven't seen a worse Josh Allen game like this since probably his rookie year, honestly. I think this is a really bad game in his
Very questionable decisions, especially
oh
with the pick
yeah.
to Sauce Gardner. I'm like, what the fuck are you
Joshy
thinking?
Allen came out today to play. He was Joshy.
Also, there were some runs though with Joshua Allen. And I was like, Jesus Christ.
But you go back to the stat line and the quarterbacks who are winning games, Max. Like, look at Zach Wilson, 18 for 25, 154, a touchdown. That's not all that's important there. No turnovers, no picks. This is how you win football games in the NFL this year. You don't turn over the ball. That's how it seems like how it goes, bro. And last week, he was turning over the ball like crazy. And they played the Patriots last week, right? I'm not mistaken. I just want to make sure I'm not
Oh
tripping.
yeah,
My
Zach
weeks are all
Wilson.
fucked
Yeah,
up.
it was a nightmare. Yeah.
Yeah, it was a nightmare last week, and we're just telling them, like, dude, it was a one-score game. What are you doing? Like, the Jets have an amazing defense, Max. I think they're a top 5 defense. No question about it. And today they proved it. They went out there and they're like, you know what? Best show on turf, best football team in the league. You know what we got for you guys? All right. Sauce Gardner picked them off. DJ Reed, know my name. Like,
They
this
played really
Jets,
good. They played really
they
good. That's
played
why I'm
out of
like,
their mind.
this is why I'm like, how did the Jets stun the Bills? The Jets are a good football team. Yeah, the Bills are one of the favorites. We all agree that they're probably one of the best teams, but Jets are no problem. They're kind of matchup nightmare. They kick ass on the interior line. And the Bills, I didn't see them really get after it like I usually do. They had some
No,
plays. And the Bills were up early one, and I was like, okay, man, here's a chance to kill them. They never killed the
right.
Jets. The Jets kept fighting. Fireman Ed did his chance. Robert Saleh got these boys playing. I think the Jets are a lock to make the playoffs. They're definitely not done.
I gotta love the fucking scream that Salah gave out when the fucking whistle got blown for the end of the game.
Josh
Like, it
Allen
was
almost made that fucking throw to Gabe Davis, and I was like, oh my God. He did get PI'd a little, but
yeah.
that's a cop out. They don't deserve to win this game.
He was
But
pissed. I mean, for his press conference, Max, he said you can't win games when your quarterback plays shitty. So that's just holding himself accountable.
I,
He knows he played a really bad game.
that's exactly what you're supposed to do when you're the man. You gotta
Yeah.
you gotta own up to it when you play bad.
Exactly. But look, the Bills are still good, but is it concerning at all? Does it concern you that they're 0-2 in their division, Max? They haven't won a divisional game.
No, I don't. That doesn't concern me at all. Not at all. That game in Miami week 2 of the season was a fucking hot ass day where they lost like 8 players, no problem. This game, the Jets are a good team. Let's see, can they go to Buffalo and do that? I'd be very interested to see that, and then we're gonna get to see it soon.
Yeah. I just found it shocking that Buffalo, they haven't won a divisional
Well,
game.
they only played 2. Not like the Raiders
They've
have played
only
like
played
6.
2. I know they've only played 2, but it's shocking that those are their 2 losses. It's weird to me. Who would have thought that the Jets and the Dolphins will be the ones to beat the Bills at this point?
I agree with you. You would have thought Kansas City would have been one of the teams.
And one of the main concerns on why, we sounded really bad on the Jets last week, and it was in good reason. I mean, their offense looked terrible, and if Zach Wilson was going to be making mistakes like that, they were nowhere to be trusted. But we said that they were done because they didn't have Brees Hall. Now, it wasn't necessarily that they didn't have Brees Hall, but it's the fact that Brees Hall was their only playmaker. He was the guy that was making plays. And today, Garrett Wilson came out to play.
Yeah,
So it's
Garrett
going to
Wilson
be
looks good.
hard. Yeah, Garrett Wilson was that guy that when shit was going wrong, he was the guy that was making a play for them. And they're going to need that consistently. And I don't know if Garrett Wilson can do that consistently. Maybe they can hand it off every week. Maybe it's Michael Carter one week, Garrett Wilson another, Corey Davis another, and then Zach Wilson has his 300-yard game maybe. But it's going to be hard going forward. But I tell you one thing, the recipe for this team: play defense, don't make mistakes. You're going to be in the game. That's how good this defense is, man. They're elite.
Yeah, basically be a game manager plus. You got a
Yeah,
chance.
exactly.
Did you want to hit the Sunday night game?
Let's do it, man, because this one was interesting.
Before you
15,
do
dude.
anything, I want everyone to hear who watched the game, who's watching, who watches this clip. I just want you to think about how many times Patrick Mahomes threw the fucking ball tonight, and just think about it, write it down, and then go ahead one. Because I asked you before, you were so far off, you were like stunned by my response.
I said that Josh Allen threw it like maybe like 22 plus
Mahomes.
times. Mahomes, sorry. Damn it, I said his name. I hate you. 15
Oh
threw it.
yeah. Oh yeah. I forgot about that.
Number 15 threw it 43 out of
It's fucking
68
crazy.
times.
68 attempted passes in the NFL game. Is that an NFL record?
No, that's not. I feel like somebody threw more, but
Drew Bledsoe threw
446.
70
Yeah,
in
close.
94, bruh.
It was close.
It was really
400,
close.
446 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. Max, they only scored 20 points.
So every what was that? Every 20 passes, they got a touchdown.
Yeah, or fucking turnover. Derrick Henry, 17 carries, 115 yards, 2 touchdowns. Malik Willis, my goodness, doing his best impression of Justin Fields early in the season.
We
5
have a new
throws,
Justin, everyone.
5 out of 16, 80 yards, and Travis Kelce, 10 catches for 106. Look, man, shout out to the fucking Titans, dude. They played out their fucking hearts out today. Specifically the defense. Simmons was gassed on one of those drives.
Dude, Mahomes just broke their spirit. There was
They
a
did.
3rd and 18. And this fucking guy, he's not fast. He's just like quicker than you think. He broke
Yeah.
like 3 tackles, got a 3rd and 18, and the just stadium came alive. It was the Titans game until that play. If they tackle him, if they sack him, it's over. And I
I'm
mean,
just gonna
Malik Willis ain't even close to being ready to be an NFL quarterback.
not even close, dude. They could not score the ball
They don't even
unless
trust him. Like, and I get it. I get why they don't trust him. They manage him with such a short leash. Like, hey, you're
right.
gonna do this. Here's your throw, 30-yard outside the number safe throw, which I get because it almost worked when they should have won this game.
Yeah, they should have. And they didn't win this game because it came down to we just need one drive, Malik. We need one drive. We need one throw. Just one throw from you to have you be like, we got it right there. And it just seemed like he was scared to make a mistake out there.
They didn't
And
have a wide receiver catch a ball.
yeah, AJ Brown was on the Twitter fucking hemisphere and clowning them tonight for
They
that.
still compete. They almost won. What do you want from them, AJ Brown?
I know. Well, come on. AJ's still a little salty over
He
that.
got his bag. He's in
He got
Philly.
his
Come
bag.
on.
He got his bag, you know. But shout out to the Titans, dude. Derrick Henry. I don't know if you've seen this, but there's a video surfacing of him dapping up every single defender in the locker room because he knows, like, dude, you guys played your fucking hearts out tonight. And that's not Mahomes threw for 400 plus yards. I know it sounds crazy. If you look at the stat line, you're like, dude, how much did the Chiefs win by? Like they had to win by like at least 30 plus. They didn't, dude.
It was a struggle. They had a lot of
Yes.
things go right for them to win this game.
Yes. And this is why you can't count out the fucking Chiefs, dude. Number 15 makes magic work. Is he the best quarterback, Max? Escaping pressure. Who was better?
Oh, Josh Allen's up there.
I don't even think
I
he's
think
close to
Mahomes
Josh
has a
Allen.
better pocket presence than I think Allen is just like I'm 6'5", 260, right? Like I don't give a fuck.
Yeah,
And
like I
Mahomes is
said, not a
like
runner, escape
Mahomes is like
artist.
no. I'm classifying Allen as like I escaped just in a different way where he's like okay, you tried to hit me, I'm still up, like Big Ben.
Mhm.
Where Mahomes is like the Brady, like I'm just gonna step here, I'll take off this time. That's the only thing Brady didn't have, where he could just leave the pocket. Mahomes is like, I'll
Yeah,
just maneuver in here, run around a little bit. He looks like Johnny Manziel in college, dude. Or he's
yeah,
just like untackable. And it's just when he does it, you're like, fuck you. They had everyone covered. They had
yeah.
so many coverage jacks today. But Mahomes just broke their back. And just tip your hat to Mike Vrabel, guys. I brought this up last time where, we made the video about don't pay a wide receiver. And then the Titans are 5-3. I think it's a special coach. It's Mike Vrabel. It's the Patriot way in a way. And just they almost won with a guy who completed 5 fucking passes. Like it was a beautiful game plan.
Yeah,
I haven't seen those
it
Chiefs look
really
like that
was.
since the second half against the Bengals.
Yeah. But this is the thing though. only a little bit was self-inflicted. Like you had the bad, like the Titans got a couple of the breaks with Kelsey dropping some balls and some untimely
Yeah, but
penalties
I
by the
think
Chiefs.
Titans were making it rougher than they were
Oh,
just like,
no, no,
"Oh,
no,
you guys are."
yes,
It wasn't the Packers.
100%.
The Packers were shooting themselves in the
Because I
foot.
would say this, that Bengals game was a little bit more on the side of self-inflicted by the Chiefs, more than like the Bengals
We
came
just
out
can't
and were
figure this
like,
shit out. We can't block them. Yeah, no, I
yeah,
100% agree
yeah.
with you on. Yeah,
And
that's
I
a
think,
really good
yeah,
point.
today, like the Titans had a plan, and it's just like, oh, I'm number 15. I don't care. Like, you guys are not
It's
perfect.
It reminded me of when Josh Allen played the Patriots, where it was like, "Oh, they have the perfect defense," and Josh Allen's like, "Fuck you, I don't care. I'll just run.
Yeah,
Oh, I'll just
yeah,
throw a ball into between 18 people," and it's just these two guys are in a league of their own. The
yeah,
first Allen and Mahomes, it's who pick them for MVP, and Jalen Hurts is a little third, dark horse candidate who maybe you'll get it. I don't know. I'm excited.
yeah. And I want to end the show like this, Max. We're at already in the double digits for weeks now. We have done with week 9. We're in week 10 next week. I want you to name 5 legit teams that can win the Super Bowl.
So five contenders.
I'm talking about real ones that you can actually see get in there.
Um, hmm. I'm not gonna give you an order. Is that okay?
No, perfectly fine.
Buffalo Bills,
Okay.
Kansas City Chiefs,
Okay.
the Philadelphia Eagles,
Gotcha. And this is where it tailors off. It's hard after this.
Minnesota Vikings.
Really?
I don't know. They're 6-7-1.
I think that record is flawed, but give me one more.
Tennessee Titans.
You're
The
crazy.
the Ravens. I don't know. Who do you think? Is it the Dolphins? The Dolphins?
I would say it's
The
the
Niners?
Dolphins. I
Seahawks?
would I would say it's the Dolphins and the Niners.
I mean, we
I
just gonna
would put
discount
that.
Seattle and everything they're doing?
Look, I know, but I just can't, dude. Seattle, I think they're just too young at the end of the
When Pete
day.
Carroll got them cheap
I
quarterbacks, you
know
know what he does.
he got him
When he
rolling
got a
right
good
now.
running back, he got some fucking Richard Shermans out there from the 4th round and shit.
Okay, so the way I see it, Max, this is the way I see it. I know in the NFC it's gonna be a little bit easier because you don't have to get past Mahomes and Allen. But I know in at least the AFC, you have to picture it like that. Like who can beat those teams? And to me, it's one team that stands out in the AFC, and that's the Dolphins. Because I think they can just match the talent level of what those teams are bringing to the table. Like I would love to see. I don't even know, but do the Dolphins play the Chiefs this year? I don't think so. But I would love to see that matchup with just the back and forth going on with the
No.
two offenses. They
They
don't.
play the
Okay.
play the so the Dolphins' next games are at Browns, Texans, Niners, Chargers, Bills, Packers, Patriots, Jets. That's a little ringer of a schedule. I think we're gonna find out what Miami's made out of. Right now,
Yeah.
I think they're like 6 or 7 for me, but I would say those top 3 I said are Eagles, Bills, and Chiefs are in their own little division, like their own little class, and it's like, yeah, you can see how these teams can win. Everyone else is like, I need to see a little bit more before I'm ready to say, "Oh, these teams for sure."
And I was hoping that you didn't say Minnesota because I
I don't
was
know. They
I
just
know.
grit. They're 7-1. They just keep finding ways to win.
Yeah, and we still don't believe that they're a Super Bowl contender. I know you mentioned them. I was hoping you didn't, just so it can be a good little segue. But they're 7-1, and I don't know how. They don't seem like a 7-1 team. They honestly don't. And today it was another fourth quarter comeback. Like they did it on the road to a Washington team who's, a little frisky, and they're not
They
an
found
easy
something
out.
in Washington, yeah, and Curtis Samuel had an amazing catch, but Justin Jefferson's too good. Thielen, Cook. Kirk Cousins was tough.
Hawkinson fit in like a fucking
I
whatever.
think
I
the
don't know. I
defense
can't
is the
fucking
big
figure it
question
out.
mark. I'm not worried about Minnesota's offense in the playoffs. I'm worried about that defense one. But
Yeah.
I think they're a lock for the playoffs. They're going to be probably the number 2 seed if they
Lock
keep
for
this
a
pace.
division.
Yeah, their division's wrapped up. They got it wrapped up. It's just you were on them. You were 100% right. You said it in the preview. You were like, I think Minnesota is going to take this division. You were higher on them because I think we all took the end. We're like, you're fucking high. There's no way. And we were incorrect. And I think we're all going to be wrong about the Packers. I think you maybe said under, but I only keep talking about them because one, you can hit the teabag team of the week. This is an amazing segue. The fucking Green Bay Packers. What a bunch of teabags.
The second week, not consecutively, but second week that I've had the Raiders and you have the Green Bay Packers. Like both teams that we're crossing out, man. They just plain out suck, dude. Every week I pick the Raiders, dude, and I don't think it's crazy to pick them in the situations that they've been in. I think the fact that they've been in every single game besides this Saints game is warranted, but you just simply cannot trust them. You cannot trust the Raiders. Everyone's on the hot seat, and
I think
you simply can't trust the Packers
I
either.
think these two teams are almost like going to be permanently removed from Teabag Team of the Weeks because we know they're officially Teabags. Teabag Teams isn't
Yeah,
always about like you've never seen us pick the Bears because why? Because they're
because they
supposed to
we know
suck.
they suck. Yeah,
Yeah, but for teams that are supposed to be good, and now we know the Bears and we know the Raiders and the Packers are not good teams. So pretty much good. Like I'm
exactly.
never going to pick the Rams again. Like the Rams are
Yeah,
trash. Like they're good.
because this was the last week for the Packers and the Raiders to be like, okay, you guys are both playing bad teams.
We can get their
Teams
shit
that,
together.
yeah, exactly. You're both on the road. We get that, but you should be able to beat
Yeah,
these teams.
it
And
was a
just the
get right
fashion.
week, and they didn't get
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
That's my teabag.
In the fashion that they did it to. The
Yeah,
fashion that they
exactly.
lost them. That's the key thing. I think that's gonna do it.
We
Do
got
you
one we got a little corner
uh
talk, man.
that and what you think about the Bengals today? You think it was just more of the Panthers
The
sucking?
Panthers suck. Yeah. Panthers suck. Yeah.
Shout out to anyone who had Joe Mixon in
Yeah, please.
fantasy.
Jesus Christ.
5 touchdowns. Unfucking believable.
Maybe account for him. I don't know, something like that. Yeah, Jesus Christ, Joe Mixon. Real quick
The
one, last week we said the Lakers going to get their first win. They went on a little 2-game win streak, followed by a 2-game losing streak. Yeah, we still suck.
I don't think we suck. I
It,
might
it's
be a
it's
fucking
painful
optimistic.
to watch Troy Brown Jr. shoot threes like for like stretches.
He ain't no Matty Ice, but
Oh
I
yeah, Matt
mean,
Matt Ryan saved our season with that fucking three. And how I know we're a bad team. It's like we're in the game, They go on one run. It's like, oh yeah, but when the fuck do Lakers go on runs? Never, because they fucking suck. So
we've had
LeBron,
some good little.
by the way, can't shoot anymore. Or no one's really talking about. He's just can't shoot for shit, and he takes like 2 dumb ass shots a game that are air balls.
Me and Max have a pretty good like track record of watching Laker games while on like the mic or something like on Xbox. So how many times, Max, did I tell you like, oh, I love that possession?
Oh
Zero passes on
yeah,
that
the
one.
Lakers are the kings of the fucking
Slow down the game. We're gonna slow it down and
yeah.
take a
And
bad shot.
just so you get LeBron's shooting 20% from 3 right now.
That's fucking awful. It's really bad.
I
I
think
have
it'll
faith
tick
that he
up.
can
He'll
get it
get up
up.
to 30s, the mid 30s like he always
He'll,
does, but
he'll have a
he don't
hot
sack
night.
this thing.
But one guy that I want to give optimistic towards, and I know you're probably not to this point at all, but I really love Russ off the bench.
Yeah,
Look,
an
there's a
improvement,
lot
no
of
doubt.
ways. There's a lot of ways that he could have gone from that. He could have gone the mellow route of this is terrible.
I'm out
He
the
is
league.
done. Yeah, you're out the league kind of thing. But he's responded to it so well, and a guy like Darvin Ham, I know everyone's going to start to blame him, but it's a process. It's a process. It sucks because we don't have our draft picks, so the process kind of needs to be like, okay, we need to at least make the play in here, but it's probably not going to happen. Um, look, at times it's fun to watch the Lakers, man. They had this little spurt against the Jazz a couple of nights ago in the first half where Russ is throwing oops to AD. AD is running the pick and roll with Anthony Davis and throwing dimes to him, and he's dunking it with ferociousness, and it's looking cool. But they suck on
N-
defense.
Nothing
They're
sustainable. It's just
yeah,
all little
nothing.
spurts.
Yeah, it just really sucks, man. It's really
I want to
painful.
see AD like that first year we had him so badly, and he's just not that guy anymore. And that's when people are going to talk about why don't you just trade him? And I don't know. I have no idea. I really need to think about,
I would
is
trade him.
AD trade worth it? And it might be worth it in the long run because Lakers
I
are going to
would.
have to do a hard reset in a couple of years when LeBron leaves. So I don't think AD is the carrier, but that's another topic for another time.
Exactly. But that's your Laker corner for the week, man, as we always do on Sunday nights.
2-2, so definitely improvement from 0-4.
Yeah. They won a game that night that we went live last week.
Oh, I
So
know. I was like, when are they going to win their next fucking game?
but shout out to the Lakers, man. Shout out to you guys, dude. If you guys made it this far into the podcast, make sure to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. If you guys are new to the channel, go ahead and comment down below whatever you want, man. If you guys are Laker fans, Raider fans, Eagle fans, NFL fans in general, what you guys thought of week 9. Okay. Thanksgiving is coming up. Little busy schedule as always. But we will be here, man, some way or another, some way, form, or fashion. We will get the job done. Max, any last words for a week 9 recap?
No, I'm good. I'm just excited for Thanksgiving, like you were talking about. It's going to be a crazy time, but let's just try to get through it, no matter what we have to do.
2-year anniversary coming up for the
What are you
MJC.
getting me? What are we getting each other?
I give you
Who-
an Eagles Super Bowl if I can, man. Give me a Raiders win if you
I
can.
give you like a 8-9 record this year as my gift to you. You
If
take
we suck,
8-9 into the fucking bank right now.
I would love the games in the moment,
If you
but
guys went 6-2 the rest of the way, you'd be happier than a pig in shit.
I would enjoy the fucking games. But that's gonna do it, man. You guys take it easy, bro. See you guys Wednesday. Peace.